Welcome everyone to the completely confused Dungeoneer. Today, I want to talk about the defensive capability of our castle. The defense has been top of our mind since starting this project, so we'll look at that. Don't mind the render distance. We host the server ourselves on a little mini computer, and I think the world's getting too big for it, so the render distance got knocked down. Anyway, I am thinking, you all can decide, I'm neither here nor there. Digging a trench from this side of the river, kind of meandering around, do some terraforming, under this little bridge, to make a little pond here, maybe. That river. It circles around the entire castle, so it wouldn't be unnatural to have this its own little island. It can be believed. So, when we were looking through the plains... Oh yeah, the chickens. Look at that. All the little chickens. They ain't grown up yet. Need to be over here more often. Anyway, distraction. Now it's night. This place won out over the others because of the natural barrier being the river going all the way around. Let me go to the map and find that. Right over here. Slowly gliding. Oh yeah, Zizek Skyfer has added quite a bit of stuff. And he put the fountain in the hedge maze. Let me hit a bed. This is kind of the first of the maps we did. That was the first stretch of wall. And when we moved the map, some of this got updated to the point that we moved it. So you can see half the storage building there. No biggie. And we marked out all the walls with cobblestone just dotted through and a button. Oh. What did I... Okay. That never happened. So don't click that button. This is where we're at now. We've got the river. That's where was the front gate. The rivers go around the entire thing. It goes up north a ways. I consider that town up there the immigrant settlement from a faraway land, whatever you want to put the story as. I think we've touched every bit of dirt within this kilometer from south to north, and it's basically a kilometer from east to west gates. And we've only got those two gates, so we're pretty well fortified as far as weak spots. We've got the splitting wall through here, and then the keep is its own walled-in area. And we've got several fortified positions. The armadillo, right there. Its job is to basically be a secret inside. So if the keep is no longer safe for the royals, they can retreat to the armadillo, and no foreign anybody is allowed in there. Just the royal family and special forces, really. So it's like Maybe the FBI headquarters as well. And around back, we've got the cart barn, the stable. I've actually updated this back here, so let me go do this. Just added another pen for the donkeys. And we fixed the kind of terrain, made a retaining wall. Nice. And the keep itself is beautiful. Beyond a few of the towers and the greenhouse, it should be tornado-proof. Living in Tornado Alley. First thing on the mind, really. So let me get the maps back. Perfect. See, if we just cut our own river through there, we'd be our own island. But then again, it'd be nice to force the enemies that way. Hate to burn down the shopping district, but oh well. Got the tree farm up there. And we've got the dock rig pretty much there. Got little rafts. Anyway, defense. Okay. First things first, I guess. You've got the layout of the city in mind. Let's go over here and talk about the wall. We opted for a basically 5 at the max, 5 or 6, till the battlement. I've been told it needs to be taller, but no. In a practical sense, no elytra, no tricks like so. This is the most practical as far as defense. You can easily shoot people from this point. Or from up there. You could shoot me from there easily. And even here, it's not terrible. Where if it went up 10 to 15 blocks, it'd be more difficult. That's where terrain comes in. We used the natural generation. This side got modified a lot because it was a pretty big chasm through there. Otherwise, that was more or less natural, and we just lifted or built the terrain up. Why is there a hole fixed? So, the towers are positioned at every severe terrain drop or gain, eliminating the janky parts of the wall, keeping the wall at a steady 5 or 6, depending on what we wanted. See, this is great. This town is protecting this slightly more vulnerable lot of land. It's not up against the river like over there. And it's not in the river like further over there. This town is easily defending the host southern half. As long as it doesn't fall, the keep is safe. Now, we've got a nice little pattern in the wall itself. We really like that. Okay, this, it does cut into the river. We didn't want to lollygag. The river went up to that point. To Bermuda Triangle. And the clouds. Oh, that's great. Look at that. it's an arrow up there and it's an arrow-esque here. I like that. Well, what was I talking about? In the river side. So theoretically, this entire stretch, let me get an angle. It's up against the river. That is as safe as it can get. Your enemy is going to have to board the boats or swim the entire army across to threaten this side. And the bridge, it's wood. It can be burned down if threatened. We might need to fix this gate a little bit. No, it's not bad. Just look at that. And my defensive building there is helpful. It's more of a kind of a counter building. Don't know. We've got the tower there and the wall. It looks intimidating, at least in my mind. Need to get a few more buildings built in here. Bigger kind of storage buildings. We moved the cows and pigs to that corner for a circus build over there. Don't know when that'll be done. And some of the towers are a little janky. Like that, it's janky, but not bad. It's intimidating. Okay, next defensive building is the rabbit. The hare. I've dabbled with this sort of design before. It's a higher than the wall, so more projectiles, more archers are capable of firing here. And if the wall falls, they can't get onto the inner wall without fighting through multiple choke points. A smaller force can keep them pinned here for a long period of time. I don't want to sleep because the rain will be nice to get around. To just get my rockets. Okay. And this was also in the river. The village was partially submerged at this point. Right there. Yeah, that one looks a little more natural. Just cleaned up. And then this giant ravine. We talked about cutting and flooding the whole thing. Yet, the little village out here, it needs some way to get through. Okay, best angle here. Yep, beautiful. The ravine is such a natural defense. And assuming there's a significant defending force, a proper siege is no threat. As far as not being able to do this number. And we've talked about doing like double layered or just single layer obsidian through the whole thing to help hinder that. Make it bomb proof. Yet that is a lot of obsidian. That takes so much time to cover the entire wall. And at the end of the day, in Minecraft, it's aesthetic. There's no proper defense for this. Oh, yes. The camel. The dual-towered defense here by the nether portal. And we'll go ahead and talk about the nether portal's design. The defense. We've got the choke points here. And the carpet, it's a barrier to keep mobs from hitting the beds. primarily villagers. So if you've got archers all the way around, footmen in the gateways, close the gates. This is defended. And with the camel, more archers up in the towers, shooting any invader. So our portal is covered. I don't think there's much in here, if anything. Nope, nothing. Forget I showed you that. But the exterior's great. Here in the heart of the the shopping district. Now, believe it or not, this was not part of the river. That terrain was more or less natural. Up until there, it went a lot higher. We cut down like, I don't know, 7, 8 blocks off this hill. And with this steep of a slope, it's going to be really difficult for an army to invade. Up this side as well. Next defensive buildings. There's 2 here. The turtle. See, turtle in the hair. Armadillo over there, camel. That's a Zulon's tower. So not animal themed. But same process. Heavy defense. Roofed, and then multiple choke points before they can get to the internal wall. Very important. This one ain't as good, but with the Zulon's tower right here, it's supposed to be the main barracks. It should have more than enough manpower to hold enemies at bay. Let's see, back to the water. Oh, we got lightning rods everywhere, so lightning won't strike anything in the build zone. Ah, it's beautiful to keep. And now we've basically made it all the way back around to the stable and the village. Yeah, I need to give you all a better view of Azulon's tower. Basically just a beacon and 2 queens for plenty of beds and storage. But in practicality, it's the interpearl stasis. Like that, this is me. If I'm off exploring, someone can come flip the trapdoor, and I'll come home instantaneous. And then this side is the redstone powered from here to spawn, using interpearl stasis pods to load in chunks all the way to spawn. Yeah, that was a lot of chunks loaded in at all times. For anyone who put the pearls in there. Once you log off, the pearls disappear. And then you log back on, they reappear. Let's see, we talked about the armadillo slightly, but the visual... It is not connected to the outer wall. Beyond a burned down bridge here. But it can serve the same purpose as the others, keeping invaders off this stretch. Like, this tower goes into the internal wall, so the armadillo will keep this tower supplied. I feel like it needs some more defense, yet it's not far off. Why is there a floor missing? I will fix that. Now, this is the gladiator arena, the fighting arena with a dragon. And good comfy seats for the royals, if they want to watch. Did it turn out exactly the way I wanted? No, but that's what happens when you have a picture in your mind. That tower. And then there's this tower continuing, and then that one, so it's not bad. They've got multiple towers to take before threatening the internal wall completely. Well, you can walk straight out on that one. And then within it means on here, they get fired upon from the armadillo right there. Everything should be heavily defended as far as the walls. Now, the keep. We talked about it a lot. It needs to be big and embodying and beautiful. Zizek Skyfer did like all the work on the keep. I ain't that good at a builder, so he could do the centerpiece. Oh yeah, this bit. I flew over, but I didn't mention this stretch off the armadillo is separate. We've got a road going in between. If you've kept up with my videos, you've seen this when I built this one and probably that one. Hang on, let me slab that. So the keep itself is elevated above everything. It is the highest point land-wise. It was a natural mountain, and it stretched all the way to here. Well, the roots. We cut so much off, especially over here. Man, that was a lot of digging. Let's see if I can land on that. So we've got multiple levels. We've got the used to be ground level, the terrace level, and the roof. And really the only way you're getting on it or in there is this way. In a practical sense. Your army's got the best chance rushing up this. But then again, it's a choke point again. This is double layered, so they'd have to ladder up and then ladder up again. It's great. Let's see, I saw something. Oh, I need to fix this. And I have been going around cleaning up a lot around the wall. Like this. This was one block lower for the same look. And I was tired of the ugly, so I dropped it or raised it. Just cut the wall one block and then filled it in with dirt. Because it's normally higher on the other side of the wall. Yeah, we're planning to put a circus here. The hospital. Now, yes, the bridge right here, that was just because I wanted a bridge. I wanted a big copper bridge. And right here worked. Need to clean up a lot of this stuff. And this is the residential. My house, Kiefer's house, Charlotte's, and that one, I don't know if he lives there anymore. Well, not that I barely live in that one. Oh well. And we've got the two gates here. They're close together, easier to defend. Yet if one gets lost, the other one's lost. I talked about doing like a big green in here, but then we wouldn't have much room for fun stuff like this. Let's go look at the fountain. I ain't seen the fountain yet. Oh, wow. Nice. I would not have thought about this design. Lovely. The maze itself ain't too bad. Should have made it a little harder. Oh well. We didn't want impossible. So, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you've made it this far, thank you very much. And as I return to where we began, please comment and answer. I think it could be good, yet I can also see to leave it, and the janky terrain to hinder invading forces. Anyway, that would be a look into our defensive thoughts on the build. Please do like, share, subscribe, and take care.